Now we are going to see classification of enzymes. How the enzymes are classified. First of all, why should we classify enzymes? Because the application of enzymes is increasing day by day in our life. Every year, hundreds of new enzymes are identified. Therefore, just like studying biodiversity, in order to study them properly, we need to classify them. That's why classification of enzymes.
Classification of enzymes. Why the enzymes should be classified? Every year thousands and thousands of new enzymes are studied and discovered, and we are developing new applications based on enzymes. Actually, in biochemical research, enzymes are the molecules having the largest degree and extent of applications. We should say that biochemistry is actually the study of enzymes and enzyme-based technologies. So, as the number of enzymes increases, their study becomes more and more difficult. That's why we classify them and study. International Union of Biochemistry has appointed an enzyme commission. This commission is responsible for framing the rules and regulations regarding classification of enzymes. And accordingly, every enzyme is classified into a class. There are 6 classes of enzymes, and recently a 7th class is added. So totally we should say there are 7 classes for enzyme classification. Which are the 6 classes of enzymes? As you see here in this slide, the first class is oxidoreductase. These enzymes are dealing with oxidation reduction reactions. You know that oxidation is the releasing of hydrogen or electron, while reduction is the accepting of hydrogen or electron. In terms of oxygen, oxidation is the addition of oxygen, while reduction is the removal of oxygen. And there are several examples in our syllabus. For example, what is given here is alcohol dehydrogenase, which is converting alcohol into aldehyde in presence of NAD as the coenzyme. The second class is transferase, which is catalyzing transfer of functional groups. For example, amino groups are transferred from a donor to an acceptor. Then you have hydrolases, which are catalyzing hydrolytic reactions. Hydrolysis means add water and break. All the digestive enzymes are hydrolases. Then you have the lyases, which are catalyzing group elimination reactions but without hydrolysis or oxidation. And you have isomerases, which are catalyzing isomerization reactions. And we have ligases, which join together molecules utilizing ATP. These are the 6 classes of enzymes in that order. In the systematic classification of enzymes, you know that enzymes are classified into 6 classes. Each of the class is further subdivided into a subclass based on the type of the reaction. You can see the class oxidoreductase is subdivided into class 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, like that. And the subclass is further divided into a subclass further based on the type of the reaction. Accordingly, a 3-digit number is there. You can see here 111 is there, 113 is there, 112 like that. So many numbers are there. and under every classes there are the subclasses and subclasses. And inside the subclass we study the name of the enzyme. And the name of the enzyme has a serial number. So, according to the enzyme commission system, the enzyme is given a number which consists of 4 digits. The first digit consists of it indicates the class of the enzyme. The second digit indicates the subclass of the enzyme. The third digit indicates the subclass of the enzyme. And the fourth digit indicates the serial number of the enzyme. I told you that there are 7 classes of enzymes, and this is the 7th class which is newly added. It is translocase. Translocase enzyme is actually responsible for transfer of a molecule across a membrane. For example, mitochondrial membrane and across bacterial cells, etc. Some molecules are to be transported from the outside to the inner matrix of the mitochondrion, or sometimes from the matrix of the mitochondrion towards cytoplasm. In those cases, the enzymes are said to be translocases. What you see here are 2 translocases on the mitochondrial membrane. Can you see their ADP-ATP translocase in the figure? On the left side in the figure, ATP is taken out of the mitochondrial membrane and ADP is taken into the membrane. Can you tell me whether it is the inner membrane or the outer membrane? How do you know that? Also, you can see phosphate translocase towards the right side. You see phosphate ions are entering towards the matrix side, while the protons also are entering. So there is the phosphate translocase. Not only these, there are several other types of translocases present on the mitochondrial membrane. Here is an example to show how a number is given to an enzyme. In this example, there is the enzyme 3,4,11,4. The first digit 3 indicates that it belongs to the third class. Which is the third class? Hydrolases. Under the class hydrolases, the second digit is 4 because the subclass 4 consists of enzymes which act on peptide bonds. And under the subclass 4, there is a subclass 11. This subclass 11 consists of enzymes which cleave off the N-terminal amino acid from a polypeptide chain. And in that subclass, the enzyme number 4 is given here, which is the tripeptide aminopeptidase. So in that list, this enzyme is the 4th one. That's why the last number is 4. Examples of enzymes. First class is oxidoreductase. What is given here is lactate dehydrogenase. You see here, lactate loses hydrogen atoms which are accepted by NAD+. By losing hydrogen, lactate becomes pyruvate, and by accepting hydrogen, NAD+ becomes NADH+H+. So we say lactate is oxidized to pyruvate. That's why this enzyme belongs to the class oxidoreductases. Second class is transferase. What we study is alanine transaminase as the example. Alanine has an amino group. Can you see the amino group on the left side? While the other reactant alpha ketoglutarate does not have an amino group. What happens here? Amino group is transferred from alanine to alpha ketoglutarate. Once a transfer is completed, alanine becomes pyruvate by losing amino group, and the alpha ketoglutarate by accepting amino group becomes glutamate. This is a very good reaction, a typical example for transferases. Third group is hydrolase, enzymes which are catalyzing hydrolytic reactions. What we study here as an example is pyrophosphatase, which is breaking down a pyrophosphate into two units of phosphates. On the left side, you can see the pyrophosphate, which consists of two phosphate groups joined together. It is combining with water, and it is broken down into two molecules of phosphate. All digestive enzymes, the enzymes which are digesting carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, the digestive enzymes present in the alimentary canal, and the lysozymes, all these are examples for hydrolases. Lyases are enzymes which results in the removal of small molecules, elimination reactions, but without involving hydrolysis or oxidation. A good example is pyruvate decarboxylase, which is converting pyruvate into acetaldehyde. Do you know where this reaction is taking place? The fifth class is isomerases. They are the enzymes which catalyze isomerization reactions. You can see here alanine is converted, or D-alanine and L-alanine are interconverted by means of the enzyme alanine racemase. Here the substrate and the product should have the same molecular formula, but their structure and therefore functioning will be different. There are so many types of isomerases in a cytoplasm and also in the other parts of the cell. The sixth class of enzymes, ligases, are molecules which join other molecules together. In this example, you can see glutamate is combining with ammonium ions to produce glutamine. Glutamic acid, glutamate, is combining with the ammonium ions to form glutamine. And ligases utilize ATP. It's a feature that this reaction is involving utilization of ATP.
Only that much about the classification of enzymes.